What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the shop. It has been a minute, but it's been a busy summer, so what can I say? Anyway, fall is in full swing, and I'm starting to get the shop prepped for winter. As you can see here, it's a little bit cleaner than usual, but still kind of a mess. Anyway, project for today is I'm working on this old heater. So, problem is, this shop gets really cold in the winter. I've got a big old propane heater, but that adds a bunch of moisture to the air and a bunch of carbon dioxide and monoxide. Gets kind of fumey. So it doesn't work super great for heating indoor, like closed spaces. That's gonna get worse as I work on insulating and sealing up the shop a little bit better. So I got this old heater from my dad. It's a house furnace, basically. So the exterior of the heater was in kind of rough shape, so I went ahead and stripped the paint off, hit it with the wire wheel, spray painted it with some high temp spray paint. It ain't perfect, but it's in pretty decent shape and it'll keep the rust off it. So I also need to go ahead and replace the pigtail on it. It had a thermostat on it, but it was kind of falling apart and broken. So got a new thermostat. Hopefully that'll be pretty simple to wire up. And then I also got a filter so that I'm not sucking crap through the heater. And I got a couple grills, registered grills. I'm gonna screw to the front and back just to keep stuff from falling on the heater coils, because as you can see, they're currently pretty exposed. So anyway, I think first order of business now is let's get the inside of this kind of cleaned up, and then let's go ahead and get the pigtail wired on there. I think that's a good place to start. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is disconnect these terminals on the breaker. We'll just loosen those. Okay, pull that out, pull that out. Let's go ahead and take this off. Use a longer screwdriver. So this clamp is basically responsible for holding the wire steady and secure, but we should be able to reuse it for the other side. Or, well, we should be able to use it for the new wire too. Pull this out. Here's the new cable. So previously, the heater was kind of over-cabled or over-spec'd on the wire. This doesn't burn as much amperage as we thought, so we're going to go from a 4.4 to a 10.3, because one, we don't need the fourth wire, and then two, we don't need that much amperage for this thing. So that'll be good. That'll save us a good bit of money in wire. It's about half the cost. I'm going to go ahead and strip about 3 or 4 inches off of this. Try not to cut the wire too much in the process. Okay. So now we've got our 3 conductors. Let's get this cardboard out of the way. So this scenario, we're running 2 hots and a ground. I'm gonna grab my strippers. We only probably need, half an inch or so of wire exposed to get into our terminals. So let's go ahead and strip those off. We'll go ahead and twist these off a little bit, just so that they're easier to get in. Feed them through. Alright, so I don't know how much I just missed because the camera shut off, but I got the green wire hooked into the ground. I got both hots hooked up to the breaker. For this, I'm just making sure I have enough cable pushed through so that it'll grip it well. I'm gonna tighten these bolts down until it's snug. Now we need to install this shroud again, just to protect the wiring. Let's put this shroud back on. I really probably shouldn't be using an impact for this, but well. Alright, so we got our shrouds reinstalled. They're all good to go. Now I'm going to go ahead and figure out how to mount and install the thermostat. So here's the new thermostat. We got to figure out how to wire it up. Alright, turns out this is in the way, so I'm drilling new mounting holes. So these aren't really metal screws, but the sheet metal is going to work fine, and it'll just kind of make its own thread. It doesn't have to hold anything really, so just tighten them down. Okay, so we got all of our 4 conductors hooked up. Okay, that's interesting. You can kind of see how that mechanism works based on the movement. It trips the switch one way or the other via the magnets. That's kind of cool. Now this, I think, goes on here. We take our little screws, we mount it on. The screws are kind of captured here, so you can't really screw this part up. Just snug that down. And we'll go ahead and put our cover back on. Okay. Cool. I need to go ahead and put like grills and filters and stuff in here, but everything's wired and should be good to go. So got it plugged into the wall. Nothing tripped initially. So let's go ahead and flip our breaker on. Okay. Nothing tripped. See if we can turn the fan on. Our fan is on, so let's turn this to heat. Set it up. Hey. Let's turn it on. Let's see here. It's blowing. It's blowing air. Now we'll see if the coils get hot. They're not hot yet. Alright, well, it never actually heated up, so I think something's wrong with the control circuitry or with the heating coils, so oh well, couldn't be that easy. I'm gonna have to do some more research and figure out why they're not heating up, but the fan and the control all seem to work, so I'm hoping it's just a dead component somewhere in the heating element system. So anyway, I'm gonna go do some more research and I'll bring you guys back once I figure out what I'm gonna do. Alright, welcome back. We are in the shop. It's the next day. I did some poking around here in the heater and tried to debug it, get the multimeter out and figure some stuff out. Anyway, I wasn't able to track it down. I thought it might have been one of the sequencers or one of the elements or something, but instead of like running around and just ordering parts and blindly trying to fix it that way, decided to just call an HVAC guy, had a furnace guy come out, took a look at it. We were able to figure out that I had wired up the thermostat wrong and it was confusing it. So we disconnected those wires again. Now it's wired up with just the simple red-white wires. It didn't use the green and yellow wires, which weren't hooked up originally anyway. So I was just getting too fancy for myself. So yeah, now we come here, we should be able to turn that on. Turn on the thermostat. And theoretically, the sequencer, how this works is there's a little thing called a sequencer that heats up, flips a switch on, and that it's kind of like a relay. Adds power. Now, blowing obviously, and we got nice hot air. It's slowly warming up. It should get warmer here in a second. So, yeah, she works. This should be way more convenient than the propane. Anyway, yeah, heater works and blows warm air. So, yeah, that's gonna be great. I'm gonna go ahead now and rebutton up the cover for this, and then I'm gonna tackle putting the grills on the front and intake for the heater so that we don't have anything hitting those and burning itself. So let's go ahead and get it buttoned up. Screw it. We're just gonna do it this way. Is it ghetto? Yes. Does it matter? No. Okay. Now we have a grill in front of our heating elements. All right, there you have it. That's pretty much the story of how I refurbished this little heater. You could do this with pretty much any other house furnace, get it off of Craigslist or wherever. I will try that out this winter and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it works way better than the propane. That's all I got for today. I will update you later on some other projects I got going on, but thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video and we will see you on the next one. Bye.